And we are back to the stomping charge. This is what African men do the whole day. Invent new ways of becoming clowns. Now look at these guys. Look at what they are doing. They are stomping on the devil. And this is all the way in Southern Africa. But you see almost the same thing in Kenya or any other African country. That African men spend most of their time inventing ways to fight off evil spirits. They don't come up with ways to solve practical life problems, no. And this is very serious. This is no longer some kind of joke. It's very serious because if you give an African man money, he will most likely put up a church. Anytime you find African men raising money for any project, it's not a project to improve life on earth. It's a project to build a church, bring in European statues and European paintings, and then worship those statues and paintings. So in this case, this church, their inventiveness went as far as inventing very large circus shoes, the sort of shoes that you'd expect clowns to be wearing. And they came up with that. They invented that, and they make these shoes. But they don't make them for the purpose of commerce. They make them for the purpose of stomping on the devil. And the sad thing is that you can see in this group, they're children. And they're learning from the grown-ups, the grown men, their young sons, young African boys. They're learning from their fathers that what you do when you grow up is to stomp on the devil. You don't learn anything that has value. And when you look at the other images coming from Western Africa and in the Muslim areas, you'll find young African boys spending the whole day reciting the Quran, the whole day, for which they are praised by the Arabs. So this is how our youth are misdirected to do things that have no practical usefulness in a world where there exists absolute poverty. So instead of figuring out a way to fight off this poverty, African men just figure out that if we fight the devil, we'll become rich. Yet we have no historical examples of any nations fighting the devil and then becoming rich. Like we know the process that nations take to become very wealthy. Mostly through industrialization, attacking other nations and stealing their resources, but not stomping on the devil. So this is what African men are up to, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.